people, welcome back to Arsenal with Ash, here to review our 3-0 away win at Club Brugge. A brilliant performance from the boys, comfortable, light work, easy, and really professional performance from the boys. There was a lot of rotation, just as we expected. A lot of the players that aren't really seen as starters, and I called upon them before the game to go out there and give Mikel a headache. Show him and show the team, the starting 11 especially, why you're fighting for that place and why you're close to that level or at that level or even beyond it. And that's what the boys done. A lot of the boys out there. It was a really good performance. I was really happy with to see how they performed, the individual brilliance, the defending despite the makeup of the defense, and yeah, all in all, a tricky ground, and we made it look easy. Barcelona went there a few weeks ago, conceded 3, could have conceded more. We've kept a clean sheet, scored 3 ourselves, and we have a 100% record in the Champions League. 6 games, 6 wins, 18 points, unbelievable stuff. And we're 3 points ahead of Bayern. I think 5 points above the next best team. I think that might be PSG. So effectively, we've pretty much finished top, if not second. Yeah, I think in terms of our next game away at Inter, we can afford to rotate a lot of players in that game, because there's our last game's at home to Kairat, and we should be winning that game no matter who goes out there. We shouldn't be dropping points. So effectively, we should be at least joint top with Bayern, and if we are, I believe it goes to goal difference. I did think it was head-to-head, which would have made more sense because we've already played them and beaten them. But unless they have a massive goal difference swing at the moment, I think we're 4 or 5 ahead of them. Then yeah, we'll secure top spot. And like I said, that's a massive deal. Even the second place, I think the top 2 will ensure that their knockout games are all played. Their second leg of their knockout games are all played at their home ground, which is a massive advantage. So yeah, well done to the boys, man. I'm really happy with that performance. We can now focus on the league for a couple of months. Obviously, we've got that Carabao Cup in between, but the Champions League can take a back seat, and we can push for this league, because we need to pick up that form and get those wins going again. So yeah, man, really happy with the boys. Obviously, Mikel made pretty much wholesale changes almost. In goal, we had obviously David Raya. Right back, Ben White continued there. At centre back, we had Norgard come in, which I did mention it was a possible option before the game, and I thought he done really well. Hincapié next to him. Miles coming in at left back. Centre midfield, we went with a Zubimendi, Marino, Odegaard midfield. I did think Nwaneri would get a start, but I kind of understand it in terms of Odegaard hasn't had many games this season, and we still half need to take this seriously to captain, etc. But I don't see why Ethan couldn't have performed in them circumstances. But still, yeah, that was a strong midfield. And then a front 3 of Martinelli, Gyökeres and Madueke, and that's just complete transitional threats, pace, power. So yeah, I did like that lineup, and we started the game really well, really strong. We controlled them, sustained pressure. They were trying to break on us and get their crowd going, with especially Carlos Forbes on the right hand side, who's a threat. But yeah, we nullified them, and then we got the goal. And let me tell you something, Noni Madueke, that is a special goal, a special goal. To get it out your feet like that and do 2 defenders and then hit it with that venom from that distance, top corner. Say no more, man. Say no more. And then he gets on the end of Zubimendi's cross for the second one, which I think that's a lot to do with how Arteta coaches his wingers, getting at that back post at all times, and it was an easy finish. But yeah, after his first goal, yeah, we were cruising up until that point, but after that, they took the game to us, boy. We became really sloppy. We couldn't keep the ball. They were pressuring us, and we went into half time thinking, oof, we're lucky to be 1-0, and also the second half's going to be a madness. Because yeah, I weren't too happy after that at the halftime whistle. But as soon as the whistle goes second half, we score, and that kills them pretty much. Get the 3rd goal through Martinelli, another great goal. And yeah, we cruise from that point on. So yeah, big up the boys. Let's get into the player ratings. David Raya in goal, clean sheet again. Didn't have much to do, and when he did, he done his job really well. So yeah, big him up. Another clean sheet for him. I'm gonna give him a 8.5 out of 10. Ben White at right back, he's getting back to his best. Really, really good performance again from him. I'm going to give him a 8.5 out of 10 as well. Christian Norgard, really good performance from him. There was a key interception he made in the first half. I remember just after we scored, they threaded the ball for it. It looked like their player was going to be one-on-one. He intercepted it. And he's calm, as you expect, he's a midfielder. He's calm and composed on the ball. Couple of sloppy passes here and there. But yeah, all in all, I thought he had a really good performance. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Hincapié, a good performance, but I need him to calm down a bit. Not every ball you can win. Sometimes just jockey the forward. And he seems like he's getting into these battles a bit too much. I know he's an aggressive type of defender, but yeah, it's good that he's got someone like Gabriel to learn from, because Gabriel was that player, but he's tamed himself and he knows when to be aggressive and when to stand up. So that's what I need from him, but I'm sure that will come with time. But apart from that, good performance. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Miles Lewis-Skelly, a better performance from him. Assured, had a tough opponent out there in Carlos Forbes. Pacey, rapid, but I think he done the best that he could. On the ball, he was quite good as well. Inverted into the midfield, got on that ball, tried to make things happen. So yeah, good performance from him, and good because we need him at the weekend. He's gonna have to play that game with Calafiori being suspended. So yeah, I'm gonna give Miles an 8 out of 10. Zubamendi, back to his best. A brilliant performance from him. Got on the ball, linked up well with the likes of Odegaard, Marino. Got the assist for Madueke's second goal. And yeah, really assured and complete performance from him as we come to expect. So I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. Marino, thought he had a decent game. At times on the ball he can be a bit sloppy, but he can also be quite creative, and when he gets on that ball really tidy, he just needs to make sure he's always checking his shoulders. That's all I want from him. Check your shoulders every single time, because you're not going to get a lot of time in at this high level. So yeah, I'm sure he'll know that. But yeah, I think he had a decent performance. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Odegaard, I thought was okay. Second half, probably a little bit better. I think first half, I needed him to be a bit more aggressive with his passing. I know he's in there to be a kind of a controller, etc. But he is the most advanced of our midfielders. So I need him to do a bit more in that aspect. But yeah, I think he had a decent game. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Actually, I'm going to give him a 7.5. But he wasn't that great, but yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. Still a good score. Martinelli on the left, I was really frustrated with in the first half. He couldn't get the better of his man once, but second half, another man came out the dressing room. He was a completely different player. Great goal, and then he was beating his defender for fun. So yeah, he second half really good. First half poor, second half really good. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5 out of 10. Gyökeres was poor. And it's becoming, if I'm honest, a little worry. Especially, we'll talk about Gabriel Jesus later, but when he came off the bench, I know they're completely different players. Gyökeres isn't the type of player to make something out of nothing, but I just don't know what's going on. I really don't. I'm going to give him some time. I'm going to reserve judgment and hope that he can get back to his best on Saturday. But yeah, for this game he was poor. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10 if I'm honest with you. Madueke, my man of the match. Star quality that goal there was. And that's what we need more from him. I called for him to be more decisive in that final third, and that's exactly what he done. It's really good performance from him. I think there's still at times he was quite sloppy. He seemed to get quite tired towards the end of the game, so I'll put it down to that. But yeah, if he can be continuously relentless with his actions, we've got a proper player there. But great first goal, really good second goal in terms of his positioning, and a brace for him in the Champions League. Really good performance. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Off the bench, we saw Calafiori come on for Hincapié. Looks so assured. I like him in that centre-back role. Rolls Royce type defender. On the ball, so calm, so composed. So yeah, he was good. We saw Marley Salmon make his debut, 16-year-old in the Champions League. Buzzing for him. Really happy for him. Big up himself, man. I'm really buzzing for him. So he didn't really have much to do. Same with Calafiori. I'm going to give them both a standard 6 out of 10. But big up Marley Salmon for his debut. Who else came on? Ethan came on towards the end of the game. So did Saka. They linked up almost for a goal actually at one point. I think towards the end it was Ethan that nearly scored. He had a couple of bites at the cherry, but the keeper made a couple of good saves. So yeah, standard 6 out of 10 for them both. And Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is back. He's back and he looks good. Looks good. Yeah, man, it was a delight to see him back on the pitch. He was so classy. He looks. I almost forgot how technical this guy is, and he gives us another dimension, especially in that number 9 role. We've got 3 completely different strikers, and then an auxiliary striker in Marino. So, yeah, he was unlucky not to score. His finishing is still Gabriel Jesus finishing, but in terms of his overall play and game, he looked sharp. He looked really, really technical, and his quality was still there. And he said that he felt good. So yeah, I'm buzzing to have him back. If he can stay fit for the remainder of the season, I promise you we're doing something special this season. But yeah, big up Gabby Jesus. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. And yeah, we move forward to the next game. Wolves at home in the Premier League on Saturday night. So make sure you stay tuned for that preview. We need to get back to winning ways. But yeah, big up the boys for this performance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. And I'll see you for the next one.